Hi, this is Jessica Tenuta, co-founder and chief product officer of Packback. This week, the Packback engineering team rolled out an exciting new feature in response to enormous demand from our students and professors. Prior to this feature's release, students didn't have an easy way to check their own participation on Packback without going to their community profile and looking at each timestamp of each post to see if they had made their posts before the deadline. Professors, too, told us that while Packback overall reduced administrative burden, towards the end of the semester, many of their students would email to ask about what their progress was towards their grade. Professors had a way to view this information via the professor automated gradebook or custom date range reports, but students didn't have access to this data individually. And that led to professors having to answer questions that could easily be answered potentially through data that we have in Packback's platform already. We want to make sure that as much time as possible is spent engaging with students around critical discussion, and as little time as possible is spent from professors having to do administrative work to maintain the discussion. So this week, all of that changed. The product engineering team at Packback introduced a new feature called student-facing participation reports. I'm going to log into my account to demo how this new feature works, how you can access it, and what you can expect from this new feature, both in terms of professor experience and student experience. To view the new student-facing participation report, a student or any user may click on their name anywhere in a community where they are a member. So I can do it from the feed or from my sidebar if I'm trying to view my own participation report. I'll be taken to my community level profile and can scroll down, and I'll see a new tab that previously was not here on the student's individual community profile called Participation Reports. If I were to click this, I can now see my participation in this course. This is an example course of Packback's internal SQL training community. And I can see my participation broken down by each deadline period that is currently set up in this community. So this course has Mondays and Wednesdays at 1 a.m. Central Time as their deadline. So as a student in this class, I can scroll back through and see my participation in each individual deadline period in my community. This is all data that professors should be very familiar with on Packback. How many questions a student asked, how many responses they provided, what their average curiosity score was, and what their total curiosity score was for that past grading period. But one new field that we have never previously showed in the past is this moderated post count right here in the student profile. If a student has one or more posts that are currently in a moderated state that were published originally during this deadline period, they'll actually see the number of posts in that state highlighted in red with a link to view. If, as a student, I click on this link, I'll be taken to my notifications page where I can see the notifications that I have around what posts I've had moderated. So in this case, that notification was in reference to this post of what is SQL, a close-ended question. And right from here, I can edit and republish. So going back to the community level profile where we can see the student-facing participation report, I want to speak to what professors can see versus what students can see. A student in a community can see only their own report. So if they go to this page, the community profile for any other student in the community, they will not see these tabs, and we actively protect the data on the back end to make sure students can only see their own participation. However, as the professor of the community, you can go to any student in your class and you will be able to see the participation reports tab. So if you ever want to look into an individual student's case, you can go to this tab, see their exact participation, and see how many posts they've had moderated within a date range period. If you have any questions about this new feature, please reach out to our product team by emailing feedback@packback.co. I read every single email, and I look forward to hearing how you think this feature could be used in your class to help save administrative time, how this might help your students have more autonomy over understanding what their participation is in your class. And our biggest hope for this feature is that students feel empowered to know at any point in time how they're doing in class on their Packback assignment so that they can spend their time focused on asking great questions and engaging with the discussion as opposed to on calculating their participation. Thank you so much. We're really excited to see this feature in use in your class. And until next time, stay curious. Thank you.